Whenever it comes to celebrities telling us, oh, we're just like you, we're just like you, I don't believe it in the slightest. Some celebrities will tell us that, oh, we're just like you, listen to us, we're just like you. And when I hear that, I'm thinking to myself, no, you're not. You used to be like us, but not anymore. We don't make $300 million a movie or something like that, right? We don't make millions of dollars just to pretend to be someone else. We don't have that kind of money. So when it comes to Felicity Huffman's situation, as well with the other parents who bribed other college officials in order to get their children into universities where apparently they got caught, it makes me wonder: are you really like us? Another example is Justice Smollett. Justice Smollett claims that he's like us, I'm just like you guys and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure that if I were to do something similar, I wouldn't have my charges dropped. Okay, I wouldn't, because I wasted city resources, I wasted police resources to find two white men wearing MAGA hats that never existed. So it kind of makes you wonder: are you really like us, or are you just trying to sway us into believing that you are? So this article is from USA Today, and it reads: Will Felicity Huffman's sentence in college admission scandal send a message to other parents? The Justice Department suffered a setback in June when the first defendant sentenced in the nation's college admission scandal, a former Stanford University sailing coach, avoided any prison time. Now the prosecution has an opportunity to rebound as the historic Varsity Blues case enters a critical new phase. Parents who have pleaded guilty to paying Rick Singer, the mastermind of a nationwide college admissions cheating and bribery scheme, are set to be sentenced beginning next week. 15 parents, 3 college coaches, and 2 other co-conspirators of Singer are expected to be sentenced this fall. First up is one of the 2 celebrities charged in the sweeping case, actress Felicity Huffman, whose sentencing is set for September 13th. In a deal with the prosecutors, Huffman pleaded guilty in May to conspiracy to committing mail fraud and honest services mail fraud for paying Singer $15,000 to have someone correct her daughter's SAT scores, SAT answer. Sorry. Here's the thing. I'm gonna take a break here. See, this is why I don't believe when celebrities say we're just like you whenever there's a when there was an election coming up. Okay, that's why I don't believe it, because I don't think my parents will have 15 grand to throw away just so they can fix my SAT answers. No, I don't believe it in the slightest. You say, oh, we're just like you, we're just like you. No, you're not. You used to be. You came from where we came in many cases, right? People like, I don't know, Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey came from nothing, and yet now he has a lot of money. And for him to be saying, oh, all these nonsense about political opinions and all that nonsense, I'm thinking, dude, at least appreciate what you have. Just appreciate what you have. You came from nothing. A lot of people cannot make it that far. You should be grateful. So when celebrities say, "Oh, we're just like you, we're just like you," I'm thinking to myself, "No, you're not. You used to be. You came from where we came from." In many cases, again, some celebrities are just born into stardom, but again, they came where they came from. But not, today, they're not like us at all. At the time of her plea, prosecutors recommended 4 months in prison for the Desperate Housewives actress, substantially lower than the maximum 20 years the charges could carry. Okay, that's stretching it. 4 months instead of 20 for pleading guilty. No, at least I say 10. They also recommend 12 months of supervised release, a $20,000 fine, and other undetermined amounts of restitution and forfeiture. $20,000, really? That's literally a slap in the hand, at least for me. The unique opportunity to hold the wealthy accountable for cheating. A stiff sentence that includes prison time, particularly for one of the highest profile defendants in the case, could send a message prosecutors had hoped for with the sentencing of former Stanford sailing coach John Vandermeer, I think I pronounced it. Looking to set the tone out of the gate, prosecutors sought 13 months in prison for Vandermeer. He admitted taking $610,000 in payments from Singer in exchange for designating applicants as sailing recruits to get them into the prestigious university. If Huffman and the parents who follow her in court also avoid prison time, some criminal justice advocates say it would signal to the public that the rich and connected can get away with cheating the system. And yes, look at Justice Smollett. The guy wasted city resources in order to boost up his career, and the guy had his charges dropped. So I think this is a good example of the rich are the same, should be held accountable to our own laws as well. Okay, that's what should happen. Just because you have money doesn't necessarily mean you have a better chance of getting a lighter sentence because you have money. Okay, so I think this is a good chance. And if they screw it up, they're gonna hate the rich alike. People like me, people like people who live paycheck to paycheck. They're not gonna see Hollywood celebrities as the same again. Okay. The criminal scheme carried out in the case shocks the conscience and underscores the way in which wealthy people can exploit their privileged status to benefit and to their benefit and to the detriment of others, said Christine Clark, President and Executive Director of the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights Under Law. These federal crimes must not be treated lightly in order to send a strong message that no one is above the law and that the wealthy people will be held accountable. Clark said the crimes committed by parents in the case undermine public confidence in the college admissions process and show universities must redouble their efforts to ensure diversity on campuses. She noted most of the wealthy parents who participated in the scheme are white. Okay, wait, hold on a minute right here. Since when did this become a white issue? Okay, no, okay, we're gonna take out race for a bit. No, I think that by doing this, they're taking out people, like, they're basically like bribing universities to take in their children who are not qualified for the university. I think that what they're doing is taking out talented people, gifted people, and because they don't have the money. Okay, it's not a matter of race. So I'm gonna disagree with you on that one. No, I don't think race has anything to do with it. I think it's a matter of wealth. Look at, again, Justice Smollett. He's a wealthy black guy. Terrence Howard, Barack Obama, I don't know what else, Denzel Washington. They're wealthy black people. The problem isn't about race, it's about wealth. If Denzel Washington were to do something like this, guess what? He would still be held. People would still be pushing for him to get sentenced for it and be given a proper punishment because he is wealthy and uses wealth to do something like this. Not saying that he did it, but you get the point. This isn't a race issue; it's a wealth issue. Of the 51 people charged in the college, sorry. I skipped the part. She called the case a unique opportunity to hold accountable individuals who feel that money, race, and privilege can allow them to evade the justice system. No, I think it's just money and privilege. Forget the race. Of the 51 people charged in the college admissions scandal, 34 are parents are accused of making significant payments to singer's sham nonprofit, the Key Worldwide Foundation. Prosecutors say they paid to have someone secretly take ACT and SAT tests for their children, change poor results to get them falsely tagged as an athletic recruit to get them into college. Huffman was originally scheduled to be the third parent sentenced in the case, but the sentencing hearings of two other parents who have pleaded guilty, Devin Sloan and Stephen Sempervivo, were pushed back to later this month. U.S. Attorney for the District of Massachusetts, Andrew Lilling, who is leading prosecution of the case, declined through a spokeswoman to comment on the upcoming round of sentencing. Huffman's attorney, Martin Murphy, also declined to comment. He referred questions to a public relations spokesperson who did not respond to questions from USA Today. Both sides are expected to file sentencing memos to the court that will make final arguments to U.S. District Judge Indira Talwani ahead of next week's hearings. They will include their final sentencing recommendations. If there isn't at least a request for a strong sentence, even if it isn't granted, then I think it would seem like there's some sort of difference. There's a sort of different justice for different people," said Carl Tobias, a law professor at the University of Richmond who specializes in federal courts. "There is that concern. I do think they will continue to press," he said, of the prosecution, and part of it, it's to make an example that everybody ought to be equal before the law, and this is not appropriate behavior. Because no parents have been sentenced to date in the admission scandal, Tobias said it's tricky to predict what's in store for Huffman and those sentenced after her. "We'll see what arguments are made and how her defense attorney frames it. That could be important," he said. "And if Huffman has more to say, that may account for something too." The other parents on deck for sentences. Huffman, 56, has apologized to the students who work hard every day to get into college. She fought back tears when she pleaded guilty in court. And I don't believe it. Crocodile tears. But that's just me. One fact that may play in her favor is the substantially lower amount of money she paid compared to other parents' defendants. Singer typically charged parents $15,000 to carry out the test cheating and higher amounts to pay off college coaches to get their children admitted as athletic recruits. The latter costs more because it guaranteed a child's entry into college. Sloan, CEO of LA's based Water Talent, which builds water systems, pleaded guilty to paying $250,000 in bribes to Singer's organization to falsely designate his son as a water polo player so he could gain acceptance to the University of Southern California. Prosecutors have recommended he serve 15 to 21 months in prison. What? Really? Really 21 months? Almost like, what, a year? Like over a year? Really? Almost 2 years? It's ridiculous. Sempervivo, an executive at Citcor, a privately held provider of outsourced sales teams, pleaded guilty to paying $400,000 to Singer to get his son admitted into Georgetown University as a fake tennis recruit. Prosecutors have recommended a prison sentence of 18 months for him. Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. How is that a guy like Sloan is able to pay $250K and yet he could face max almost like what? Almost 2 years, 21 months? Like what? A year and 11, no, 11, not 11 months. Like 8 months? 9, 10, no, 9 months, I think. Yeah, 9 months? I don't know. The point is, he could have faced almost 2 years in prison for 250K. Same thing. Falsely designating his son as a water polo player. And yeah, a guy like Sempervivo, he pays $400,000, 400K to Singer, and yet the max he faces is 18 months. Really, a year and 6 months? That's ridiculous. Something's going on here. Through Singer's scheme, Huffman's daughter received a 1420 on her ACT after Mark Riddle, a counselor at a private high school in Florida, secretly corrected answers on her exam at a testing center in LA. It marked a 400-point improvement from when the girl took the PSAT 1 year earlier without Riddle. 400 points, that's a lot, so she pretty much got 1,020. That's pretty bad. Prior to the December 2017 exam, Huffman's daughter received extended time to take the exam, a common practice among Singer's clients to help carry out the cheating. But Huffman has said that the additional time was a result of her daughter's therapy with a neuropsychiatrist. Yeah, sure. Why no prison for Stanford coach could be the exception. The sentence for Vandermeer, the ex-Stanford sailing coach, was decided by U.S. District Judge Raya Sobel. She is presiding over Singer's case, but is not assigned to any of the cases involving parents or other coaches. Singer has pleaded guilty to 4 felonies and is cooperating with prosecutors. Although prosecutors didn't get the sentence they wanted for Vandermeer, the case is widely seen as an outlier that doesn't necessarily foreshadow how the next round of sentences will go. As part of an agreement with prosecutors, Vandermeer, again, I don't know how you pronounce that last name. Vandermeer pleaded guilty to racketeering charges. The case also had unique circumstances. None of the students tied to the payments were admitted into Stanford as a direct result of the coach's actions, leading Zobel to question whether the university suffered any losses. And Vandermeer also funneled payments directly to the school's sailing program and did not pocket any of the bribe money he took from Singer. Zobel called Vandermeer probably the least culpable of all the defendants. 23 defendants in the college admissions case, including Huffman, have pleaded guilty to felonies. 20 others have pleaded not guilty, including actress Lori Loughlin. And this is where it's going to get interesting. If Huffman gets a light sentence, it's understandable because it's called a plea bargain. When you do a plea bargain, meaning that you will plead guilty if your sentence is reduced. Loughlin, on the other hand, she pleaded not guilty. Therefore, if she gets a light sentence over her scandal with her 2 daughters, then there's no hope. There's no hope. I know it sounds really pessimistic, but there's no hope at this point. How the first group of parents is sentenced could affect whether other parents decide to plead guilty or dig in for a trial, according to Adam Citron, a former state prosecutor in New York, who now practices at Davidoff, Hutcher, and Citron LLP. That's the biggest concern for prosecutors, he said. It could go 2 ways. If the parents are getting jail time, even on pleas, a defendant may think to themselves, I better plea out because I don't want more jail time, Citron said. But by the same token, that defendant might say to themselves, I'm going to get jail anyway, so I might as well fight it. Although difficult to predict, Citron said the judge in Hoffman's case may be less lenient with parents like her than the case with the Stanford coach, who did not benefit personally by accepting payments from Singer. They can make examples out of these people. Obviously, there's not much sympathy with the 1%ers right now, Citron said. A judge may be less sympathetic to a big-time star who needed to get a child into college knowing what they were doing was wrong. That concludes the article. But Citron does make a good point here. People like Felicity Huffman, like Lori Loughlin, they're part of the 1%. They're millionaires. But the reason why the left doesn't like to bash them and criticize them because they're on their side. Or at least they believe they're on their side. But in reality, people like Felicity Huffman, they're not like us. They say they're like us, but yet they're not. And there'll come election time. The majority of Hollywood celebrities, they will cheer on a Democrat. They always do that. Look at Lady Gaga. She cheered on Hillary Clinton. But it made me wonder, does she really believe Hillary Clinton's methods? Does she genuinely support her? Or is she doing this because she doesn't want to lose her job? She doesn't want to believe that, she's a Trump supporter by default. So again, it kind of makes me wonder, are celebrities really like us? And honestly, let me know what you guys think about this, because this is something that really needs to be put in check. These people need to be made an example of, that wealthy people, regardless of whether or not they're celebrities or CEOs, that wealthy people are not above the law. Jussie Smollett is an example of what happens when the system is corrupt enough to say, you know what, This guy wasted city resources, and now we're gonna drop his charges. That's proof that wealthy people are not held to the same standards as us. So this could be this could be this could be a make or break when it comes to getting faith back into the justice system. Are these wealthy people going to get the punishment they deserve, or they're gonna get a slap on the wrist and then go off with their day, right? Go on with their day. Let me know what you guys think about this. Do you think celebrities are like us? Do you believe when celebrities say we're just like you? Do you believe them? And if yes, why? And if so, why not? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you like this video, hit the like button. And also, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button as well, that way you never miss an upload. But the best thing you can do, and I say it in every video, is share the video, because YouTube likes it to rank independent political commentary. And they're probably going to rank this one because I'm talking about celebrities in general. Okay, but before I close the video, I want to show you the wealth of Robert Downey Jr. $300 million. How many of you guys can say your wealth is that much? This guy's rich, and some people think that, oh, this guy's on our side. I think even in 2016, we made a campaign, we made a video with the actors of the MCU saying that we need to vote for Hillary, right? And this guy's a millionaire. So it kind of makes me wonder, do you really believe what she has to say, or are you just trying to keep her job? Look at Chris Hemsworth. 130 million of his net worth. Chris Evans, 70 million. Susan Downey, I think is his wife, 20 million. Barack Obama, 70 million. And yet, the left says Wall Street millionaires are the problem. And look at Jeff Bezos right here. He's worth $113.4 billion. But the left has a problem with Jeff Bezos. Why? Because he's a CEO. He's a leader of a company. One of the most profitable companies in history. But when they see Robert Downey Jr., when he has millions of dollars himself, they don't care. I mean, they don't. But again, let me know what you guys think about this. Do you really think that celebrities are like us? Do you think these people are going to be facing actual justice? Or do you think that they're just going to get a slap on the wrist? Again, share the video. That really does help out a lot. I'll see you guys in the next segment. It's regarding the two actors that I talked about last night. Yeah, apparently now they're getting a lot of bad publicity. So we'll talk about that in a little bit, you guys, right? See you guys in a bit.